Alright, what's going on, guys? A little quick tutorial and update and feedback on the Atlas throttle lock and why I think this thing is really freaking cool. For under $200, it works amazingly well for cruise control. Not perfect, but then again, there is really no such thing as perfect. Ideally, these GSX8Rs came with cruise control, but they don't. So under 5-minute installation and pretty simple and clean. You can see it's pretty streamlined. I'll show you why I think it's a pretty cool option for cruise control. So it's a beautiful day in the rural, as you can see, and we've been cruising for about a half hour. Say I want to take a little break on my wrist, all I need to do is maintain the speed limit, press firmly on the bottom button, boom, and we're maintaining 60 miles an hour. It's going down a little bit, so if that's the case, all you have to do is gently roll on the throttle a bit, and now it should stay pretty darn accurately in that ballpark. If it keeps going down, just do it again. But as you see, maybe I got to do it a little bit more. So it takes a little finessing sometimes, but in my opinion, that actually is a good thing. Because when you're riding a motorcycle, you don't want to be complacent and lazy and not focused on everything around you, including your throttle. So having the fumble with it a little bit and kind of tweak and fine tune, to me, is a good thing. It keeps me more engaged with my motorcycle and with riding, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a negative. I mean, I'm at 5960. It's kind of feathering back and forth between those two speeds, whatever you want to say, and I'm all right with that. If I want to take a break right now, guess what? I have both hands off the grips, or one hand on the grip, and it's doing essentially where I set it, give or take a couple, 2 to 3 miles an hour. So not a big deal. It's going 57 right now. The reality is it's staying within the speed limit that I want to kind of cruise at, and it doesn't take any fumbling. And Atlas throttle lock, that may deceive you because lock seems like it's engaged in place and you can't do anything with the throttle unless you unlock it. But to unlock it, you either to press this bottom button or just roll off the throttle and then hit the X just to be done with that. But it's pretty, let me make sure that's not a cop. It's not a cop, but I'm not speeding anyway. I'll get back in fourth gear. And what you want to do is press firmly too. So I'm maintaining like 59 miles an hour, 60. I'm going to press firmly down on the bottom. And now if it starts to go in the opposite direction, or I'm coming to a stop sign like I am now, I'm just going to hit the X, put my hand back on the throttle. That was a rough shift, sorry. And be done with it. But I'll show you one other thing too. Come to a stop sign. We'll accelerate a little bit just for fun. There we go. So let's go back down and cruise. Get back into 60 mile an hour range. And I'm going to depress it again, the bottom little area. The one with the stripes on it, not the X. And that engages it, which basically pushes a little piece of rubber onto this black throttle housing area where the stop button and the start button is, and it just holds it in place. If it's starting to accelerate, you just do the exact opposite. You just roll off the throttle a teeny bit and come back down. Is this a bike doing a wheelie? What is this guy? Are you on a scooter for real? Woo! there's a scooter going down a highway, which is probably not the safest thing, but we cheered them on anyway. So there's 2 ways or 3 ways of disengaging it: hitting the bottom button, rolling off the throttle, or hitting the bottom button and rolling off the throttle, which is what I tend to do at the same time. I just naturally hit the X while I'm going to roll off the throttle and put my hand back on the throttle and good to go. So it really is a great option for cruise control, and it completely gives my hand and wrist a rest when I'm cruising around, allowing me to be on this bike a lot longer than, say, my GSX8R 1000R, which was super uncomfortable, and I should have actually installed one of these on that bike to give it a little bit of a kind of chill break on occasion, but I didn't. Let me see. We got these guys. I'm gonna go this way. There's too much traffic everywhere. So go through the gears a little, get into 5th gear. 5th gear seems to be a good cruising mode. Depress the bottom button, the one with the slots in it, the slats, whatever you call it, the little lines. Notice and pay attention to the speedometer. If it starts to go down a little bit, just gently roll on the throttle a teeny bit, and it should stay kind of within that range. If you're in an emergency or something, don't even worry about anything. Just go ahead and roll off the throttle and brake or whatever you need to do, and then hit the X to make sure that it's disengaged completely. Or, as I said, engage it, and then simply hit the X, the top button, to turn it off and just get your hand back on the throttle. Or if your hand is on the throttle and just resting, just hit the X button and do what you need to do, and that's that. This isn't going to be a long video about the installation or anything. Let me know in the comments below if you want to hear something specific about this, or you need to see how to install it, or you want another video on it. But Atlas Throttle Lock has been really, really nice for helping the comfort of riding, and totally appreciate it because it's under $200. I think it's like $150, $155, and it installs in basically 10 minutes once you kind of figure it out. It's not complex at all. This is the top model, and that's what you would want for the GSX8R and most of the sport bikes I found. They have a bottom mount one too, but this is the top mount. And that's it. Yeah, as I said, right now I'm just cruising 39 miles an hour, hands off everything if I want, just for showing you. You should probably keep one hand on the left grip. And if you want to disengage, just hit the X button and put your hand on the grip and good to go. Just cruise as normal. So that's it, guys. Hopefully this helps explain and give you guys a little bit peace of mind, I guess, regarding these things. And they're not scary, they're nothing crazy, they're actually a really cool little simple product. And to me, as I said, it's a big positive, knowing that you kind of have to still stay engaged with your bike and pay attention to your speed and your speedometer and everything, as opposed to just hitting a button and just kind of la-di-da. So whatever, I'm sure there's pros and cons to everything, even a nicer cruise control option, but I have zero complaints with this, and it does the job, and it gives me a rest and my hands and wrist a rest, which is all that I really wanted when riding. So that's it, guys. Aloha, subscribe, hit the like button, and that's it. Bye.